heard Turkey Ali Sheik say that he sent you an offer, possibly to face Crawford for coming up here. Is that true, or what happened with that?
No, I don't have any offers. And look, I'm 100% focused on this fight, and then we'll see.
How is Crawford, his composure, going to be like the moment a punch lands on him from Canelo?
Are you kidding me? Take that question back.
Yeah, why?
Look, because you're talking about Crawford.
Yeah.
He's
But what weight class is
he's
it?
the most composed guy. And what, you don't think he'll be prepared? You think it'll be a shock to him? No.
I think Crawford could beat Canelo Alvarez.
I think he's too small. But then again, I thought he was too small for Spence. So shows what I know. so I don't know. I think that's a lot of weight class jumping. We'll see. It's a good talking point. I don't know that would really happen. Or, I mean, listen, we've seen some strange things in boxing. Don't get me wrong, especially in the recent years. So I don't say never, but I don't know how seriously that's going to be taken. But I think when you're at a level, when you're coming off a big win like Crawford just did, anything you say reverberates through the sport.
Heard the turkey, is it true that Al, like Alec, sent you an invitation to perhaps confront Crawford for coming up here? Or what transpired with that no? I don't have any offers, and I'm totally focused on this fight. Then, we'll see how composed Crawford will be when Canelo throws a punch at him. Are you kidding me? Take that question back. Yes, why? Because you're talking about C. Crawford, who is the most composed guy in his weight class. You think he'd be ready. And you think it would be shocking to him. No, Crawford could defeat Canelo Alvarez. I think that's a lot of weight class hopping, but I also thought that he was too small for Spence, so that shows what I know. We'll see, but it's a fantastic talking point.
Not official, but it may be a done deal. Terence Crawford, Canelo Alvarez. Early thoughts? What do you think?
Yeah, look, the first thought is, can he handle the weight jump? Can he handle the weight jump? He being Crawford against Madridov, people are going to say, "Oh, he had some hiccups." Who don't have hiccups? When you eat something that's a little difficult to eat, and Madrimov was a little difficult to eat, he's not easy to digest. He's a good fighter. When you eat something that's a little tough to digest, you get hiccups, right? So come on, he's human. So he had a few hiccups. He won the fight. He's Terence Crawford. A lot of people say, "Oh, Teddy, you make him so good. You're always saying how great Crawford is." But who's he beating? He unified the. What was his first division? Lightweight, then he unified the junior, then he unified the junior welter, then he unified the welter. I think I got the weight classes right. It doesn't matter.
I don't know if that would actually happen, or don't get me wrong. We've seen some odd things in boxing, especially in recent years. So I don't say never, but I think that when you're at a level where you've won big, like Crawford did, everything you say has an impact on the sport. For example, when Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford face off, the debate sparked strong opinions. But many people think that Alvarez has a clear advantage because he is the 4-division world champion and the undisputed king of super middleweight. Although Crawford has recently demonstrated his superiority at welterweight.
He went on the rant with Teddy Atlas.
What's that mean?
He said you're the most overrated Mexican champion in history. He said that Salvador Sanchez.
Boxeador mexicano.
Más
Popular, pero sin causa. Sí.
Fucking crazy, that guy. and you think he knows boxing? Fuck.
Facing someone as physically formidable and experienced as Canelo at 168 pounds could pose insurmountable hurdles because to Canelo's combination of power, experience, and elite-level competition. Canelo's mix of powerful punches. And here's a closer look at why Alvarez might win this fight, because Crawford might not be able to handle the constant pressure and superior experience in heavier weight divisions.
When Terence Crawford said that he moved up and won, and Canelo moved up and lost.
They talk all the crazy stuff about me going up and having a tough time, but he went up in weight and lost. That's the difference. I went up weight and won.
I don't think that was a strong point because Canelo Alvarez actually moved up and won. I mean, he moved up a lot of weight classes, but if you want to talk about light heavyweight, he moved up and he beat Kobe. Then he moved up again and he lost to Bivol. Terence Crawford, on the other hand, he moves up to 154. He won 115, 113, but it was just an 11-0 Madrimov who didn't really have much of a resume, right? But there's a difference, to be real. I mean, Bivol is a Hall of Fame. Okay, this guy, all-time light heavyweight. It's a bit different. Canelo did knock out Kovalev when he did move up. Okay, and Kovalev is a bigger challenge at light heavyweight than Madrimov at 154 for Terence Crawford. Let's just keep it a bit.
Music, not formally, but it might be finalized. Terence Crawford, Canelo Alvarez's initial ideas, what are your thoughts? Yes? The first question is whether he can handle the weight jump. People will say that he is crazy against Mador because he had some hiccups. Well, who doesn't have hiccups when eating something that's a little hard to digest? He's a good fighter. But when you really get to know Sam, you get hiccups when you eat something that's a little hard to digest.
Listen, Canelo needs to understand he's a different fighter now. The deterioration is there. He's not the same guy. He's not that destroyer who's looking for knockouts early and keeps a pace and a pressure on you. He throws 30 punches around. You're not the same guy. So telling everyone you're going to knock them out and then going into, 6 decisions in a row now? Scores a knockdown every time. The power's still there. The problem is the pace and the ability to carry on and push. That's the real difference, and that comes with age. He's 34 going on 45 at this, as far as I'm concerned. He's got a ton of fights, been around for a long time, doesn't have that same desire, the same drive to take the chances against these younger, bigger guys, because he is fighting younger, bigger guys. So you got to keep that in mind as well.
When he fought Canelo and he was like standing right in front of Canelo and Canelo's just whiffing, it was a life lesson. And then you look at how good Canelo's head movement got after that fight when he realized it. I mean, my God, when he fought Danny Jacobs and Canelo's just standing right in front of him, bobbing and weaving. That's all what he learned from fighting Floyd.
Come on, he's human, so he had a few hiccups. He won the fight. Many people remark, "Oh, Teddy, you make him so good." They always compliment Crawford on how great he is. But who has he defeated? He unified the lightweight class, then the junior welter, and finally the welter. I believe I have the weight classes correct. But it makes no difference because the much-anticipated bout between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez is scheduled for September 2025.
Es esta, fíjate. Pam, 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 pam. Hun, hun, hun. Pam. Gancho. Hun, hun, hun. Digo. Hun, hun, hun. Eso. Hun, hun, hun. Hun, hun, hun. Eso. Hun, hun, hun. Eso.
Over the weekend of Mexican Independence Day, Crawford is making a daring leap up from welterweight to 168 pounds, and Canelo will defend his WBC, WBA, and WBO super middleweight titles against him. With both fighters fighting for supremacy in the super middleweight class, this fight is expected to be one of the biggest of the year. Crawford, who is known for his adaptability and skill, confronts a tough battle as he prepares to meet Canelo, the undisputed champion. Entered the ring. What does Teddy Atlas mean when he claims that you are the most overrated Mexican champion in history?
Go crazy with Canelo. Oh, he's too big. He's a good night for Crawford. He's going to bed. All that stuff. Not so fast. Not so fast. Don't forget that the other guy is bringing something to the party too. And he's bringing the things that hopefully I just described to you guys in the best way I can. When it gets closer, we'll get more thorough with it. But right now, I think you know where I'm leaning. And I'll make it even clearer where I'm leaving. So there isn't a lot of suspense. I ain't going against Crawford. Okay? I do think he's that special guy. I think Canelo's special too. But I think Crawford's special in a little bit, even more so. Even more so. He hasn't learned how to lose yet. I think he does have those special ingredients that go beyond the physical genetics, the physical DNA. So that's it. Okay? Good. You don't like it? Too bad.
I think that was a fair breakdown. I mean, listen, those ingredients you're touching on with the smaller man are the same ingredients you saw in Usyk. Abilities and ways to find a way to win.
I'd like to know what the weight's at in this fight, but has that been figured out yet? Probably not, because
No.
that to me is a variable there.
And that Salada Sanchez _ is insane, and you believe that he is a boxing expert. The Mexican superstar Canelo Alvarez has spent years honing his craft against some of the most dangerous fighters in a variety of weight classes, from Gennady Golovkin to Sergey Kovalev. His versatility and granite chin make him a nightmare for anyone entering the ring, especially someone moving up in weight like Crawford. Alvarez's advantages in a fight with Terence Crawford go beyond his sheer strength. I don't think that was a strong point because Canelo Alvarez actually moved up and won. He moved up a lot of weight classes, but if you want to talk about light heavyweight, he moved up and beat K. Then he moved up again and lost. And he lost to beat...
Everybody, how's it going? Marcos Villegas for Fight Up TV, powered by Stagefront VIP, being joined here with Teddy Atlas. Teddy, I got to get just right to it. Terence Crawford wanting to move up 3 weight classes to fight Canelo Alvarez. You as a trainer, what's your insight on that? And I don't know, would you advise a fighter to move up 3 weight classes to fight someone like Canelo?
You got to remember, he's already moved up 3 weight classes. So now you're talking 6. If you add on 3, you know?
5,
Yeah, my math is different than yours, being that I've been in this business my whole life. So 6 is a lot. 6 weight classes. That's a lot. 3, you know, he had the skeleton for it. Does he have the skeleton to go up 6? I don't know that he does, but I know he's got this. I know he's got this. I know he's got the character, and I know he's got the mind. I know he has special gifts that very few fighters have.